So the first question that I have is, who is Sean Lloyd, aka Knitwit?
Well, Sean Lloyd is the guy, you know what I'm saying, the regular man, you know what I'm saying, the grandson, the loving grandson, the loving father. Nitwit is the the artist, almost like Me, Myself, and Irene. You ever seen that movie, Me, Myself, and
My
Irene?
favorite movie.
Yeah, I'm the other dude. Nitwit is the other dude.
Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that movie. With the midget and all. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Shane.
know what I mean?
I think her name was Shayna. With that's her name, but it ain't me.
uh, you know, yeah, that's the Nitwit is the creative dude that, you know what I'm saying, live in his mind and always creating and trying to, better things, you know, whether it's just through music or, investments or whatever it may be,
Oh,
always trying to do better.
okay. So Grammy nominated recording artist, songwriter, and producer. How did it all get started, and who was your inspiration?
Um, it started as a child. I actually started playing the drums when I was like 4 years old in the church.
Hmm.
So it started as a kid being bit with the bug. I grew up in a household with five uncles, and my uncles they had a band, and so as a child I would go out there and listen to the band and stuff like that. And as time progressed, I wanted to be the one that was in front. You know what I mean? And plus, I used to love child stars too. Like I should have been the child star. You know what I mean? Remember the boys, the group, the boys, and
Hmm.
crisscross and stuff like that. You
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I was them all in one, but I just didn't have the
So you wore
people
your
to act. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
you followed the trends.
Uh-huh. Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. I just didn't have a motor behind me until, my grandmother seen, my big mama, she seen how, that I was talented and I could do it. Then she started, giving me the money and pushing me forward towards my dreams and stuff,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, cool. So I see that you can proudly boast 12 albums and over 250,000 overall record sales, paired with a gold record, I'm sorry, a #1 hit single for 31 consecutive weeks, and a Academia Award and 2 Dove nominations. Did I leave anything out?
Nah,
Oh,
you pretty much hit them all on the head.
okay, so how does that make you feel? I mean, that says a lot about your hard work and determination. Like, how does it make you feel?
Oh, I still feel like a regular dude. I don't feel like, what I'm saying, like I'm special. I
Okay.
feel like I'm regular, you know what I mean? Like, my accolades speak louder than I do. I don't necessarily boast upon that stuff. Like I don't say nothing. You would have to know and do your research like you did. You know what I'm saying, to even know that I did some stuff like that because I don't never really talk about it.
Yeah. I know some people be like, yeah, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you might
nah,
see me on such and such. And I'm like, yeah, I have, but
yeah, yeah, nah. I'm not that one. Usually my partner, you know what I'm saying, my partner Trezell, usually he be the one that'll be like, he ain't even talking about it. This dude here, he didn't did. I don't even talk about it. I just be like, okay, well,
yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah, that's me. What's up? Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so upon doing my research on you, I saw that you're a jack of all trades, especially when it comes to music. Can you tell us a little bit about your professional background and music history in the industry?
um, let's see. Okay, well, I could say I got my first record deal when I was like maybe like 12, 13. I was signed to a lady by the name of Twinkie Clark
Okay.
with gospel. I was doing gospel. I started doing gospel rap first.
Hmm.
I started doing gospel rap first, and from there, it went on to me being signed to Mo Thug Records. I got signed to Mo Thug Records, and I was working with Bone Thugs and Harmony for a while.
Hmm.
And then from there, I went with Natalie Cole. I went touring with Natalie Cole. I rewrote two of her songs and made them like hip hop songs, and she became my mentor.
Okay.
And we did a lot of different venues around the world. And from there, um, that's when Empire came along. Empire came along, and I started working on Empire as a writer. I started working there as a writer first,
Mhm.
and from being a writer, it just turned into me being a producer and a writer and songwriter, and it just got better, you know what I'm saying, because of, they liked the work that I did. So,
Because you're a
and
jack
it
of
just
all
got better.
trades.
Well, I try to be.
The man,
I try to be.
right? Okay, so can you tell us what it is that you do outside of music, such as your hobbies or community service or anything? I believe I read about
Um,
your community service.
yeah, yeah. Hobbies. I like dirt bike riding. I like motocross. That's a big thing of mine because it frees my mind when I'm out there on the bikes in the dirt.
Oh, so
And then I like cook.
you be spinning them
Yeah.
on the street.
Yeah. Well, in the dirt. I don't necessarily ride street bikes. I
Okay.
don't like street bikes. I like the dirt bikes, the quads, and what I'm saying, the dirt bikes out there.
Okay.
And I like cooking. And
Oh,
cooking frees my mind too. So I like cooking. And I take care of my grandmother. My grandmother, my big mama, she's gotten older in her age, and I take care of her 24/7. And what I'm saying, I enjoy being the light for her. What I mean. And I know God is blessing me. God is shining down on me for the things that I do because I do take care of her well.
mm.
And
She took care of you,
right,
right?
because she took care of me. Yeah, most definitely,
Okay. So
most
how,
definitely.
how old is she?
She's 82.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and she has dementia real bad right about now.
Oh,
So, sometimes I wake up in the morning, she be like, who is you? And then, she got a big picture of my mom over her bed, rest in peace. I'll be like, I'm your daughter's son. And she's like, oh, okay.
but she does
So
kind of sort of remember or
yeah, 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 most definitely. Sometimes she remembers, sometimes it's worse than the other days. But it's for the majority part, she remember who I am.
okay. So do you like present pictures to her just to try to keep her, you know, in the loop of who's who and so
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, most definitely. And like it's a good thing by the grace of God. She got this big old picture of my mom because my mom passed away 3 years ago due from cancer. But
Sorry.
she got a big picture of my mom over her bed. So
Mhm.
whenever she be like, who am I can just point at the picture and be like, I'm your daughter's child.
Oh,
And
okay.
she's like, oh, okay. And that'll snap her right back into place.
Okay. Is that hard taking care of her or is this natural?
Well, it's it's not it's hard. It's hard because what I'm saying, I can actually see, what I'm saying, the quality of life decreasing, you know what I mean? And that hurts my heart a lot of times, but then a lot of times it's just like, as long as I'm here and I'm making her smile, that's all I really care about, you know what I'm saying? Is just to make sure that she's doing good. So, it's a give and take sometimes.
Okay. You're definitely a blessing to her, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, I try to be, most definitely.
Okay, so with that said, how would you describe your music to those that may not have had a chance to check you out at the moment? What can they expect?
Um, In my music, I most definitely try to keep my foundation in there, and that's, my love for God. You know what I mean? I try to most definitely try to keep that in there, and then I just give them a lot of, ground roots from where I came from. You know what I mean? Whatever the streets, what I'm saying. Of course, I grew up in the streets too. It was a choice. I didn't have to, but it was a choice. And at an early age. So, and the streets taught you, it teach you a lot. And about music. Music, especially hip hop and R&B too. A lot of that stuff still
Mm,
it come from experience and in the streets. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So they can get a lot. You can get a lot of that and a lot of positive energy. And I like to label my music as timeless music because I try to make music that over the years, if you go back and just think about like 90s hip hop, you can go back and be like 90s hip hop I love these songs, and I try to do that same thing with my music now as well, to where you can go back and grab a Knitwit record and be like, hey man, it's still bumping right now.
Okay, okay. So what's your thought process like when it comes to you writing great music? Do you have to be in a certain mood or does it just flow naturally?
Mm, sometimes I need to be in the mood. I need to feel it, and sometimes it's just like you just don't have the energy to do it. Or, you know what I mean? Just
Mhm.
don't get you sit in front of the computer and just be like nothing comes up. But then other days, it just flows like water. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it just kind of depends. I like working under pressure too, especially when it comes to like the stuff that I be doing on TV. That
Mhm.
seems like I work best under pressure. I
Okay.
make the best music under pressure.
Cool. Cool. So I read that you had been signed to a few labels, and you had mentioned earlier the Bone Thug and Harmonies, Mo Thugs Records. Before creating your own label, can you tell us more about your own label and how that's going at the moment?
Yeah, I created Thugface Records in 2013.
Hmm.
With really no aspirations of like really being a full label. Just wanted to have my own label because I went through all the having my own publishing company and things like that. So it was just like a start. But then in 2015, once I started working on the show, I'm like, man, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do a label. So once I did, I created Thug Face Records, which Thug is an acronym. It means true soldiers humbly under God. So it's true soldiers humbly under God's face. That's why it's Thug's face. So I signed my first act, which is Trezell, he's a producer as well, rapper, and he sings some. I signed him first in 2015, and
Hmm.
then I just started expanding. I just signed two other people. Sugar Shaft, he's on my label as well. He's an artist.
Hmm.
Um, then I have Mohishe Motorola. He's a producer, and then Old Boy, he's a singer as well, but he give you that down south like blues kind of. You know what I'm saying? He put you in that mood. Like Clarence Carter, I be stroking type little juke joint songs. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's what it was.
Uh-huh. Yeah, most definitely. Most So, you know, we got some good stuff that's gonna be coming out soon that we working on finishing up that'll be coming out soon.
Okay. So, as an engineer and ability to master, perfect, and produce, who all have you collaborated with in the music industry?
Whew. Let's see. Natalie Cole,
Hmm.
Montel Jordan, Crazy Bone, Flesh and Bone,
Hmm.
uh, J.O. Felony. That's my folks right now. I've been doing a lot of work with J.O. Felony, new work with J.O. Felony. Um, shoot, it's the list. It's a list of people. I can't even remember everybody. It's a list of people, but those is like the current ones that right off top that I know that I did stuff with.
Okay.
Platinum people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So, at what age did you know for sure that music was something that you wanted to make into a career? Was there ever anything else that you wanted to do before the music?
Yeah, I wanted to be, a running back. I wanted to play football.
Oh,
I thought I was gonna be able to go to the NFL, but
what team?
I never really grew. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow until I really got older.
Mhm.
But you know, that
What
was a
team?
quick. I didn't care where I went.
You just wanted to be up
Yeah, I just wanted to be chosen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I played Pop Winter football all my life, like what I'm saying, from like 7 years old all the way up to 15,
there.
and
Okay.
then I played high school ball as well. But it was just like nah. But I already knew my calling was music because I have been doing music since like I say 4 years old. So I knew my calling was music to begin with.
Okay. So I read that you are respectfully known by your peers and professional associates as a thug, an acronym for True Soldier Humbly Under God. Can you tell us where that name came from? Like, I know you mentioned it, some stuff about it earlier, but where did it actually come from? Like the
It
name.
came from the church. I just like I say, I always try to keep that within everything that I do.
Okay.
You got to keep God first. You know what I'm saying? Us
Mhm.
black people, I know we probably more religious than a whole lot of other people, but it's for a reason because we do believe in a higher power. So I always try to incorporate that in there. So true soldier humbly under God, most definitely, and it just works. It works. So, and I know God gonna bless it. Whatever God's in, He always blesses. Put it that way.
Absolutely. Okay, so for those that don't know, Knitwit was rewarded for his hard work and dedication to his music profession by joining season 1 and 2 of the highly acclaimed Fox television show Empire, which earned him his gold record in Fox's newly famed series starring Lethal Weapon. What other television shows have you been involved with outside of Empire?
Lethal Weapon, Gotham City, Hawthorne, um, 99 Homes, MTV's Date My Mom.
That's my favorite show back in the day.
uh, yeah, most definitely. It was definitely.
I used to stay late just to look at them shows.
Yeah, Tyra Banks, what was that, America's Next Top Model. I had music on there from season 1, like all the way up to like season 11. I
Oh,
had music on that show, yeah.
okay,
And it's a few other shows.
cool. So you're definitely you done definitely left your mark.
Yeah, well, yeah, by the grace of God. I don't even, like I said, I really don't, because I ain't reached the plateau yet that I want to be really. And so, I say I know I've done stuff, but it's just like, okay, those is building blocks, you know what I mean? Building blocks to get me to where I'm really trying to go.
Okay, okay. So I believe I read that you started a clothing line. Where can we see and purchase your clothing?
Chart One Fashion Apparel. Right now, my website is in reconstruction because
Okay,
I just released some new clothes. But if you're willing to find it, you can look under Chart One Fashion Apparel on Facebook, and it has my store. It's an online store on there as well, and you can buy stuff from there as well. Looking on my page as well, anywhere Knitwit 619, you will see me promoting some of my clothing somewhere.
okay. So chart one, where did that name come from?
Because my song stayed on #1 on the charts for like, what
Oh,
was it, 7 weeks.
okay.
So yeah, 7 weeks of chart 1. You know what I mean? That's how that came about, really.
I would be putting the same thing. Chart one over here.
Uh,
Chart.
uh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's something to
It
be
just
proud of.
it just had a cool ring to it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm chart 1. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You get out the car
Yeah.
and go to the grocery store. They be like, "Yeah, I'm chart one."
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
me. That's me. You been
uh,
in
yeah.
7 weeks.
Most definitely. 7 weeks straight. Billboard #1. Most definitely.
So, what are some positive words to live by and follow?
Treat people the way you want to be treated. Always stay 100, no matter what.
Hmm.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Just always give God the glory with everything that you do.
Okay. Growing up, who were your music idols or influencers?
Um, my uncles for one, most definitely, because without them, I would have never even known how to play instruments or anything. You know what I'm saying? So them most definitely, and then like my idol was Natalie Cole. Rest in peace. She, just like I said, she was my mentor. Michael Jackson, Prince.
Okay.
Um, some rappers like Tupac, Ice Cube, stuff like that. Them type of folks. But that's about it. I like, I grew up in a household with Sam Cooke and Parliament and Cameo and things like that. Isley Brothers. So
Okay.
that type of music inspired me and still does.
Okay. Cool. So, do you have any upcoming projects or releases coming up anytime soon?
Yeah. I'm getting ready to drop a new single soon with me and J.O. Felony called Bubble. That'll be out soon. My artist Sugar Shaft, he got a record called What that'll be out soon.
Hmm.
Trey Zell, he got a record, So West Coast, that'll be released soon. And then my boy Cal, my other artist Cal, he got a record that we're gonna release soon as well called Sugar Daddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leave me out of it. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, well, yeah, nah, it's like I said, it's that old juke joint, feel good
Yeah.
little cut, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So, what can we expect from those albums? Like, is it hip hop or is it a mixture of everything all in one, like a bundle, or what can we expect?
Um, the first three is strictly hip hop, most definitely. Like I say, and then Cal, his album, his song is just like I say, that the old juke joint. You know, go back home to Louisiana, them old little juke joints where ain't no AC, everybody in there sweating and drinking. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? You hear that jar come on and everybody out there, you know. So
Like,
he's the only one that got one that's yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So before we wrap up, can you tell us about your youth ministry that you do in the community?
What I do, I just did. I like to. I have a thing online. You know, it's chronic asthma awareness.
Okay.
That because I'm an asthmatic myself, and so I gather different medications for people that their insurance can't pay for it or they don't have the money to pay for it, and
Mhm.
then I go and I give it to people. I give it to everybody that can't afford it,
Oh,
because me myself, having the asthma like I have real bad asthma, and there was a time where I needed a certain medication, and that medication costed too much, and I couldn't get it, and my insurance wouldn't cover it, and so I just like, man, I'm gonna do something to where I can, receive medication from people, and then give it out to the people that's less fortunate that can't get that type of medication. So I make sure that I do that, what I'm saying, at least twice a year.
yeah. Okay. So I also read that you like have a toy drive and
Yeah, yeah, I did do a
it's
toy drive.
young
Yeah,
kids, the youth.
yeah, and just get, just find a location and let everybody come and just grab toys.
Oh,
Last time I did it, I ran out of toys, and it's still a long line there, so I started giving out, fives and tens and 20s, because I didn't want everybody to be left out,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I
But
understand.
just a way to give back.
Yeah. Well, the fives and tens, they can go Dollar Tree and get 5 toys, 10
Yeah,
toys.
exactly,
You
exactly,
feel
yeah.
proud about that $5 and $10 when they go Dollar. I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
get a book. I'm gonna get a Barbie doll.
That's
Jets.
true. You're like, oh, I still can get a couple more things. Yeah, you still gotta get a couple of things, eh?
I ain't gonna lie. I
Yeah.
used to do that for my kids for Christmas. I'm like, here's $25. Get what you want. Go to
Mm-hmm.
Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
They get so excited. Mom, I got you something for Christmas. I'm like, oh, okay. That off-brand perfume. I'm like, I
Yeah.
have a whole scale on my neck.
Yeah. Yeah, those that I know what you mean.
Okay, so hopefully I covered everything. Is there anything else that you would like to share before we wrap things up? Complete your interview?
Um, Not necessarily. Just be on the lookout for these new ventures that I got going along. I just did a deal with Sony Orchard. Teresa B, shout out Teresa B. That they'll be distributing. What I'm saying, Thugface Records. I got a movie that'll be coming out 2021 that we actually starting to do work on, and I'll be doing the whole soundtrack for that. And I got a part in the movie, like I'm the real main part in the movie. Um, and then I also did a video game deal as well. So things to look for us 2020, 2021, 2022. You know what I mean? Face, we're gonna be doing some real cool shit.
What video game is it?
I can't tell.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a disclosure that they made me sign that I couldn't tell.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, how can you be booked or people if they want to come to your website? Where do they go to?
Just hit me anywhere on any social media platforms, all Knitwit619. And then, through email, thugfacerecords@gmail.com. But the quickest way would be just hit any of my social media sites at Knitwit619.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for interviewing with me once again. It was definitely a pleasure having you share your musical journey with us. And
Most definitely.
uh, with that said, this concludes our interview, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. Most definitely. Appreciate it.
You, thank you.